you guys jumping on. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Questions Act number 92. And guys, the question at the top of the key tonight is, when is it safe to get a VA? When is it safe to get a virtual assistant? All right, so that's exactly how the question was asked. Okay, I'm ad libbing like, when is it good to get a VA? That's not what was said. When is it safe to get a VA? So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Angela Cooper. I am a business coach. I help real estate agents increase their income while waiting on buyers and sellers to close. This is one of the platforms that we use to create, okay, got to create some extra income while we are waiting on buyers and sellers to close. So if you are new to the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page. If you're watching from YouTube, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I've had a few questions over there from YouTube this week. If you are visiting after the fact, hashtag replay. Okay, hashtag replay. And guys, if you are brand new to Broker Price Opinions or brand new to real estate, as a matter of fact, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment area. We have a free BPO webinar especially for you. And when you drop a 1 in the comment area, guys, we'll tell you how to get there. If you all have questions while we are here live, go ahead and drop your questions in the comment area, and I will be sure to get them answered for you before we go off the air tonight, okay? All right, so the question at the top of the key, when is it safe to get a virtual assistant? When is it safe to get a VA? My suggestion is that when you have so much business, okay, that you cannot keep up, and I'm not just talking about 4 or 5 BPOs a week, you literally have your auto field running, you have 4 or 5 companies that you're doing work for. You might be accepting 10 BPOs a day, okay? If you're accepting 10 BPOs a day and you are literally struggling to keep up with your 10 BPOs, it's time to get a VA, okay? If you are not going to use any type of auto field software, get a VA. Because here's the thing, a virtual assistant can help you to increase your volume. Doing broker price opinions and making a lot of money monthly, especially if you're trying to use this platform to create a full-time income on a part-time work basis, okay, then you want to get a virtual assistant. If you're looking to be in the comma check club, where there's a comma check during the week or a comma check for the month, you pretty much going to have a virtual assistant. If you're only doing 4 or 5 BPOs a week, you know, $200 a week, you really don't need a virtual assistant. You just need a system, okay, in place that's going to help you get your BPOs done in 1 hour or less. Guys, if you are not doing your BPOs in 1 hour or less, seriously, you need to consider taking BPO Mastery. That is a system that will teach you how to get your BPOs done in 1 hour or less and take as much volume as you can handle. My volume was to the tune of anywhere from $400 to $6,500 strong doing broker price opinions, okay? So it can be done, but I had a VA and I had auto field when I was doing that type of revenue solely on a full-time basis. You know, that's just what you have to do. And I have done that for years. It's just been recently in the last maybe 5 years that I don't do broker price opinions on a full-time basis. I have a lot of streams of income now, so it's all mixed up. You know, although I still am able to earn high 6 figures every year, it's not just specifically with broker price opinions, okay? All right. So get you a VA when your volume is dictating for you to get a VA. All right. All right. How do I, question number two, question number two, how do I pick the comp that's most similar to my subject? And I don't have anything built around the same year. How do I pick which one is most similar? Because like looks like none of them are really similar, right, to my subject when they're not built around the same year. Okay. Um, you still have to pick the one that's most similar to your subject. Yes, you have to pick based on the characteristics of the comp and the condition of the comp. They both have to merge together to create the most similarity to your subject. Now, if you're in the BPO group, you already know that it's 5 or 6 credentials that create the most similar characteristic of your subject. Okay? They're the same ones that you're doing adjustments on, pretty much. So even though the year is not the same as your subject, you have to do your adjustments on your comps and bring it to meet your subject. Okay? So whichever one has the most similar characteristics and the most similar condition, that's the one that you're going to match and say, this one is most similar to your subject. And yes, you have to use pricing that's most similar to that comp. So your list comp and your sold comp have to kind of be in line with what that most similar comp is. Okay. So now let me tell y'all while I was laughing. So I was laughing because I was thinking, you think about all the things that the pros and the cons, how about that, of a situation, being married, getting a divorce, or, putting your kids in the right school district, whatever. So you have your whole list of everything. And when your pros outweigh your cons, that's the most similar comp. Okay? You're going to have a whole lot of stuff. You got the square feet, you got the year built. Is it 2-story, 1-story? How many bedrooms? What's the room count, the total room count? All of that plays into a factor of your decision on which one is the most similar to your subject. It's not just cut and dry like it's the one that's built in the same year. Because it's going to be a lot of times you have BPOs that are not built in the same year as your subject. They're just not. And you're going to also have a situation where you have a lot of comp. The square footage is not the same as your subject. It's always going to be off 1 or 200 square feet. Okay? So you have to put together, just like making a cake, okay, all the ingredients to figure out which one is most similar to your subject. And whichever one that is where your 90 to 120-day pricing come in. Okay? That's your as is pricing, so to speak. You see? All right, and then you go from there and say which one is inferior, which one is superior, because you have superior, inferior, and similar, most similar. Okay, and your pricing go the same way. If your this comp is most similar to your subject, that's the one you use for the pricing. That's pretty much gonna be your 90-day or as is pricing. You see, and then you go find your 30-day pricing, and then your 100 or your after repair value, and then your 30-day pricing. You see. All right, so but it's most important to find the one that's most similar to your subject because that's where your 90-day pricing is going to come in. All right, so before we go to question number 3, guys, if you're brand new to the Facebook page, go ahead and like the page. If you're watching from YouTube, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube this quarter, okay? All right, and if you're here after the fact, hashtag replay, let us know that you were here. And guys, if you're brand new to real estate or broker price opinions, drop a one in the comment area so we can get you some information on how to watch the free webinar for broker price opinions. All right, so question number 3. What does all of those ratings mean? How do you find that out? Like you got C1, C2. They want me to pick one, but I'm not really sure what they even mean, you know? And then you had another line that say Q1 and Q2. Somebody asked me about C1. Somebody asked me about the Q's and the C's. So that was the same question, really, but from two different people this week. All right. So listen, guys. C1 means condition one, two, three, four, five, and six. The higher the condition number, the worse the property condition is. Okay. Same thing with the Q1 through Q6. The lower the Q number is one, okay, the better the quality of the build out on the construction of the house is. The higher the Q number is, the quality of the construction or the build out on the house. You see? So you have a condition rating and you have a construction or quality build out, a quality rating. Condition rating, quality rating. They're both different, okay? Because here's with the quality rating, you can have a Q1, meaning the subject was built in 2021 or 2020, okay? 5 years or less, how about that? And or Q1 can mean that it was built in 1970, totally gutted. They added all new plumbing, all new electrical, a lot of brand new wood on to the renovation. That can be a Q1 as well. It had some major a major facelift, or it's a brand spanking new property never been lived in. You see, so you can have that's on your Q1. Also, your Q1 can mean the quality of the construction can mean how let's see, custom built is it, okay? And that's what it is 95% of the time. Your subject is going to fall under the custom built. Is it a tract home, a custom home? Is it a high-end custom home? How custom is the quality of your build out on the Q's, Q1, Q2, Q3. You see, sometimes you just have to, it depends on your subject as far as how are they talking about, are you comparing custom build as far as the quality of the construction is concerned, or renovation build out. You just have to use common sense, I guess, if you will. All right, so and that can be with a comp or your subject, either or. Okay, because sometimes we have to go and do uh, interior evaluations, and when we walk in, you can totally tell, and sometimes the MLS will even tell you that it's a total gut. So it's like a brand new house, even though the property data say that it was built in 1980. It's really not, because it's. I've seen them. I've seen renovation guys come in and take a single family house that was built in the 1960s, and man, when they get through with it, they done added all rooms, garages, you know, uh, bad ass kitchens, double, 2 stories. They done took the 1 story and made it a 2 story. So you gotta, in that case, rate the custom plus the quality of the build out in your Q rating. Okay. Of course, your condition rating, that's self-explanatory. If it's a 6, it's not fit to live in. No one should be living there. It's a safety hazard, total safety hazard. If it's a 5, it's in fair, condition. It might be livable, but it really needs to a lot of work, a lot of work. If it's a 4, it's usually average with some minor repairs needed. Three means that they done already done some minor repairs on it. They done some upgrades. Two mean they done some extra upgrades. And one mean they gutted it, totally renovated it, or it's a brand new property. You see? So the way you find that out though is that you hoover over the number, and the number will give you the explanation for what it is. Okay? Clear capital Q and C gonna always be the same. Protex gonna always be the same for Protex, but Protex may be different from Clear Capital. You see? So you just have to hoover over the number to figure out what it is that they're asking you about the quality or the condition of your subject. And if they have it for your subject, they're going to also have it for your comps. So you have to also add that to your comps. I know that it sounds like I'm dwelling on that one particular question for a long time, but you have to be very precise when you answer those Q's and the C's, the condition reports and the quality of the build out. You have to be precise with that. So it's best to just hoover over the number and find out exactly what they are looking for. Okay? So question number 4. This is a good one. I'm a seasoned I'm a seasoned real estate agent, but I've never done BPOs. Okay? I don't even know what they are. Where do I start? I've been seeing you on YouTube talk about these BPOs, broker price opinions. I'm a seasoned real estate agent, seasoned meaning 10 years or more, and I've never ever done a BPO. Where do I start? So if you're a seasoned real estate agent and you've never done a BPO, that is not an uncommon question, because I have lots of friends that are brokers even, and they don't have a clue how to do a BPO. Okay, so that's not a dumb, crazy question. It's a very good question. You start with the BPO webinar. It's basically a comparative market analysis of CMA with a report attached to it, and the report is catered to the client, not even necessarily the BPO company. It's catered to the lender or the bank or the whoever's holding the mortgage, whatever they want. Okay, could be for a new construction or a renovation. They might be doing a BPO for that. You see, so it's strictly based on what the client wants. Okay, so it's a CMA with a report attached to it that you're answering a whole bunch of questions for that lender. Not even for the asset management company. It's typically for the lender, because that's who they report back to. You see? Where do you start? Well, you start with knowing exactly what is the BPO, okay? And then I take you through the steps of how to answer the report that each one of those companies are going to ask you. At the end, if you watch the webinar all the way to the end, you're going to get some freebies at the end. I think you get a free list on where to sign up to do BPOs. I even think if you watch to the end, you get a free ebook or something like that. Okay, so that's where you start. You start with signing up with all of these different companies to try and get some broker price opinion work. Now, somebody asked me this week, if you're not a realtor yet, okay, can you still sign up to do BPOs or property condition reports? You could probably sign up with a field inspection company maybe, but most of your asset management companies are gonna want you to be a licensed real estate agent. Nowadays, they are getting so flexible. When COVID hit, they're getting so flexible, some of them may have created a sign up link for non-real estate agents, because they just want to send you out there to do a property condition report or a data collection report. Okay, they called me again this week for Clear Capital and wanted, so I agreed to go in the property data collection uh, program. Okay, I passed the test and all of that, so I've already gotten two property data collection assignments. However, you don't really have to be a realtor to do a property data collection report. You're not doing any estimates on what the house could sell for. Somebody told me in Texas I need to stop saying valuations or values, okay? You're not creating any values for the property. But we actually, in fact, when we do a CMA, we're telling the person what their house could possibly sell for, okay? So rather than say an estimate of value, I'm gonna say tell the people what the house could sell for. Okay, so you're not doing that with a property data collection report at all. You're just doing photos of the house and a scan of the house, passing it off to the appraiser, and the appraiser is actually doing a report after that. You see? So, how many companies offer non-realtors the ability to do property condition reports and property data collection? I'm not really sure. I don't cater to non-realtors unless you're a notary. Okay, I do have something new for notary loan signing agents, but pretty much just somebody that want to do. Maybe you should try field inspections or something of that nature. Okay, because I did have a couple people ask me that this week about how to get signed up if you're not an agent yet. They were going to real estate school, but they haven't got their license yet, and they want to get started in this arena. So maybe field inspections would be good for you. Okay. All right, that's it, guys, for questions asked number 92. Do we have anyone out there that want to ask a question while we are live tonight? Go ahead and put it in the comment area, and I will answer for you. I know it's a little bit of a delay. Guys, if you have questions after the fact, if you hashtag replay and you have a question about any of the questions that or anything that we talked about tonight, you can put your questions still in the comment area, guys. I will come back and answer you. I normally get a notification whenever I have a question on the Facebook page, okay? In the group, I'm not really worried about you. It's enough people in the group to answer your questions. But if you're a new realtor or new to broker price opinions and you want to, want me to answer some questions for you, go ahead and put them in the comment area on the Facebook page. If you're not in the group and you send me a DM, I'm probably gonna be at least a day getting it because I don't really see all the notifications at once. But if you have more than one page right now, you only get one profile. But if you have more than one page, you can only see the notifications for the page that you're on. So I typically try to check this page throughout the day to see if there are any notifications there. So if I see your question, I will answer it for you by all means. I promise I'll answer your question. Okay. All right. So if you are brand new, you're in the new to the group, guys, and you're not getting your BPOs done in 1 hour or less, I challenge you to take the BPO Mastery course. If you hashtag testimony in the group, you will see all the testimonies on what kind of coach I am because I'm hands-on. I'm pretty much going to answer, if you're a master's student, I'm going to answer you every time you ask, pretty much. But if it's one-on-one coaching, of course, you get 3 free coachings and you get all your questions answered on the fly if you're a BPO Mastery student. Okay, it's not a time that I don't answer your question. All right, you just have to know how to reach me to get me to answer it right now. Notaries, I'm going to have some type of platform for you every week too. Realtors can be notaries. I'm going to say that, okay? But you don't have to be a realtor to be a notary signing agent, okay? It's different in a notary and a loan signing agent, two different things, okay? All right, so if you're not in the Facebook group, you definitely want to request to be in the group, but make sure that you answer the questions because if I can't verify that you're a realtor, you're automatically declined. Okay? All right, you all. Y'all have fun out there. I will see you guys next week. Bye now.